Wig?
And this is a serious problem, men. This is a serious problem. I wanted to buy a wig like that. And I knew that I had to have my own money to buy the wig. So that was actually my first motivation to make money. Digital footprint is important. Not that your boss will ask for your Twitter account. You don't have to see them.
Yeah, because you're scared of one thing you said.
I always say that people need to block out the noise. Especially listening that people do sometimes where they attach their age to their achievement. You're embarrassing yourself, your friends, your family members, your partner, your siblings, everybody.
Welcome to Life is a Skit. I'm your host, Sam Toye.
Alright, so today I'm joined by Kemi and Enoch. Thank you guys for joining. To go into what we want to talk about today, I mean, we could say we are like the first generation that literally grew up with the internet. Like, we grew up online. Depending on how old you are, you probably used to go, although I didn't use to go. You probably used BlackBerry, so you used BBM till, TikTok and maybe whatever new platforms we have now. So you could say social media hasn't just been a part of our lives. It has probably shaped the way we talk, right? The words we use, how we connect or interact with each other, how we think about ourselves, and how we even show up in the world. So just to start off with the conversation, what would you say is like your earliest memory of being online? Maybe social media or like creating an account for something that was online.
Yeah, Facebook was like my first. I think that was the first.
Oh,
okay,
you
apart from
created a
WhatsApp,
Facebook
obviously.
account.
I think WhatsApp is social as well. Yeah, that was like when I was in SS2, I think. It was like the popping thing at the time. Oh, I think before that time there was To Go. I can't remember which. Okay, yeah. I think I opened. Yeah, I think I opened a To Go account that year. Even though I actually didn't know how to navigate, so I ended up like not using the account because it seemed too far from me. But yeah, I think it was To Go, then Facebook. Yeah, X was like my last to open.
I don't know. I have a bias against Facebook. I didn't open Facebook. I think the first account thing I created was like email, and I was 10 then. Because they usually say you must be 13 before you open an account. So, but I think I created an email.
So yeah, you lied.
Well, I think so. After the email, entering secondary school, I think the other account I created was Instagram. So I've been on Instagram for a while, and I remember like Instagram was like really big since the secondary school I attended, and then it was just about like racking followers. You get, I think Eri might maybe to testify to that, like racking followers. It didn't matter if you had engagement or anything. Nobody even knew what engagement was then. So just about followers and the different hacks to getting followers. I know there was one thing where if you follow Kim Kardashian on Instagram, you get like so many followers. it was crazy, sha. But those are like the first experiences.
There was that follow trend.
Yeah, all those kind of things.
There were those follow trends that people used to do that year. That everybody would be like using the hashtag follow. That was also a thing too.
I think depending on how we choose to use it, you can get a sense of identity from social media, like depending on how you present yourself there, right? So yeah, how do you see for yourself, how do you see social media as an identity? And what kind of identity do you say you have for yourself on social media?
Well, for me, creative. So that's like that's the first thing you see on my social media, and I feel like it has helped me kind of streamline some parts of what I'm doing or what I want to do, in the sense that you don't need to come and ask me too much questions. If you've seen my Instagram, you've seen my TikTok, you probably know, oh, I like doing this type of things. It already gives you a sense of, oh, this is who Enoch is. And that type of thing kind of allows for like this thing that everybody's doing now, personal branding. Yeah, it's social media is a very big part of that, because people can get to have a sense of who you are based off like the things you post, what you comment, even before they meet you or from afar.
Okay. So that's like maybe you are intentional about the kind of image you want to push out there, like maybe in terms of your career. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I don't use Instagram much, so because I just feel like it's not my place. But I think if anybody scrolls on any of my social media platforms, apart from my TikTok, you would most likely see more pictures of my work and me talking about my work more than you'd see pictures of me. And I think somebody has asked me why before. And I don't know. In my head, I'm just like, I don't think I necessarily want clients to come to my page and see my face. It's not my face that is going to like show them that I can do the work. Do you get? It's my work. So yeah, I think every of my social media platforms, but TikTok, obviously, I cannot run away from the face part.
But would you say, like, maybe the way you can answer this question eventually, but why would you, why did you make that decision maybe to be more particular about a certain thing that you put on social media? Like now you're talking about you want to show your work and show you can do the work. Is there a reason why you decided to go that way and not maybe just doing more of like a personal thing and the way other people are using social media?
Okay, so I think it's because well, there was this person I was following one time, and I learned very, very early that if you want your platforms to be solely about or let me say, if you want to present yourself a certain way, like I don't want to seem like somebody that is just your average Twitter noisemaker, yeah, or banger girl, because my major platform right now is X, Twitter, X. Yeah. And I don't want to just seem like one, I don't know. It's just what I've always wanted in my head. I want people to see me or hear about me, see me anywhere. And the first thing they think about is, oh, this person is a designer. Oh, I know this person is a designer and all of those things. So yeah, it's just how I have always seen things from the start. At the beginning, I was really trying to use my platforms on like a personal note. But it wasn't working for me. I'm not really, for my own personal things, I'm not a social media person. But for my work and like making noise about my work, yes, I'm a social media person.
So for me, I realized that it's a bit similar to what Kems said, but mine it has a different approach because of the type of work it is basically. So creating is like a second part of me. So it doesn't necessarily show everything, but it shows me and my work. So me deciding to show up and curate that and like, oh, I have to put my work out there. I can't say I know how to do this thing, I know how to do this thing, but there is no footprints of me ever doing this thing. It doesn't really make sense. Everybody talks on social media. Not everybody is telling the truth. But if you have that like image or that record there, oh, this guy does this thing. Oh, this guy is actually passionate about this thing. And okay, you can see that in some of the things he's doing. Oh, this is it. And it also shows like the growth journey. Uh, I'm, I'm a bit of I'm a bit into growth. Yeah. I don't want to I don't want to geek out. But like documenting your process is like really shows you how far you've come. And for me, social media helps me do that in the sense that I can put out the things I'm working on without necessarily feeling I mean I used to before, but right now without necessarily feeling like, they're not good enough because I know it's like all part of the growth process and anyone that is seeing it can see the dedication to improvement. They can see the passion for the work.
Fair. And you talked about like growth and kind of content you the kind of things you do. And there's everything nowadays, everything on social media is content. Everyone's creating content. And
Yeah.
there is this, so like if everything is content, right? And you talk about your process and improving as you go and the growth that comes from that. And you are documenting your process, right? But I feel I've seen arguments where, we want to document everything, and sometimes people will now say, okay, if you are documenting everything, where is the time for you to actually be present? It might not come in like based on the kind of content you create, but
Mm.
like that thing where people are always, oh, I'm documenting my life. Is there a point where it
Yeah,
feels
I
like,
think I guess you.
yeah, is there a point where it feels like you are performing in some sense, or just documenting? Like, is there a way to actually balance that documenting and being present?
Yeah, I think I get what you're trying to say. Yeah, because sometimes it can feel like you're putting on a show, just setting up the camera, setting up the tripod, so that I can look serious or look whatever. But I think where you would really be doing yourself a favor is when you're actually doing these things. So, you have to be able to draw the line. You have to know what you want to do with the content and draw the line. One of the best ways to do it is I get a lot of content on the ground. Like while I'm actually working, while I'm actually doing something separate, I can be creating content from something else. So in that moment, I am present in the work I'm doing because I'm working on something and there's still content that is being made in the background. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So it's showing what I can do, my process of doing it, and I still get content.
Well, I won't say anybody is performing. To be very honest, everybody wants to document like what they are doing and how they are going about it. I guess people see it as a performance when like they don't see any stain on that person. Like for example, they don't see any um it seems like there's nothing wrong that this person has done, or when they just want to start projecting. That's what I think. Because like for example, my page, I sometimes do this thing where I post things which I was even just about to do, where I post things that maybe my clients mentioned something that I do well, or I sometimes also ask my clients for like how they have like been feeling about my work lately, and all of those stuff, basically just to check in. So I tend to post like it because it's usually very, very good review. And that would help other clients to give me work. But for other people, it might just seem like, oh, this person is just acting, or she's just forming content, or she probably just even manufactured that from somewhere else. But it doesn't really
Mm.
matter your social media for yourself, honestly. Do what you want, do how you want it with sense. Anyway, don't be ignorant. But yeah, do what you want. It's like your platform, and like those people that are mocking you and talking and doing all of those extras are not going to hire you. They are not going to hire you. I don't know how. Let me not
Yeah,
make
they
this.
know your audience.
Yes. If they are so angry, they are not the ones that are going to give you money. In this economy, you are worried about what somebody thinks. Let me just keep my cool because this thing is to trigger me.
But I think I'm not, because that's the thing about social media. Everybody feels like they have an opinion about you, about your work, or something that's
Mhm.
there. Yeah, do you get? So like, I think that's just one side effect of being on like social media. Everybody has an opinion on your work, right? And like you said, your audience, and the audience for your work, or the kind of things you put out there, they would eventually sit and they meet you where you are. But I mean, based on what you guys do, I don't know, how would you say your relationship with, like, how often you use social media, right? Like your screen time. Do you know what your average screen time is right now?
Yeah, my average screen time is actually about 8 hours. I don't know. I'm just speculating. It might have gone up this last week though. But I think the last time I checked, it was almost 9 hours, like 8 hours or something.
Okay. Kems, what about you?
Huh. Hmm. This is a very this is a very triggering topic. Oh. I don't know. I think I switched off. Like I don't check it anymore because I think I'm on social media like, let me not say 24/7 because obviously I sleep. But every other time I'm not asleep, I am most likely online. Like, and it's just Twitter, and LinkedIn usually, because those are the two places that I get money from and work. So those are the two platforms that I know I'm always on, because people can randomly send me text. So I can't even particularly put any time to it. The only time I'm not on social media, which I hope my mother doesn't listen to this, is when I am asleep. Apart from when I'm
That's
asleep.
but don't you think that like messes with you sometimes? Like maybe like mentally or something. Do you ever feel like you need to
Yeah.
break or something?
Yes, actually. I have eye issues. I have four eyes. So sometimes it tends to like, it becomes really bad where I can't see properly. And then my head starts to like really, really hurt. So when I asked I call him optometrist right now. But when I asked him, he said that it had to do with how long like I stare at my phone. So I had to do so many things, like all
Mm.
those eye protection thing for your phone, blue, and I also have this bad habit of not using my glasses while I use my phone. So that's another problem.
Like
I had to now start like intentionally using it while using my phone, because that's the only way I can use it for as long as I want to use it. And then apart from that, I think sometimes I intentionally sleep so I don't use my phone. So I don't like touch my phone at all. But I'm always in my head, I'm always like, if I'm not using my phone, somebody can ask me that, like they can send a text to like 5 people. And because I did not answer them, they will not give me the work. So that's why I'm always on my phone. So it's actually valid. If you think about it, it's valid. But yeah,
so
it affects me sometimes. I think I want to work on my screen time. I think there's this way you can like control it. Yeah, I think I want to do that, but I'm not mentally ready yet.
I think for me, I wasn't even like a big social. I think it's weird. The place I use most is probably WhatsApp, and it's because I know most of the people that are there. I don't know. I lean towards platforms that maybe I know most of the people that are saying whatever I post, kind of thing. Right? I mean, both of you are like you use your social media platforms in different ways. For me, so that like, I post more on my WhatsApp, even on Instagram. I started using it because I know most of the people that follow me. Do you get? That's why I can never use it. I can never post anything on my Snapchat story. It's not possible because I don't know the people I've added on that thing, and I tend to just share like things I really not personal, but like it's something I'm thinking about. I really just want everybody to know how I'm thinking or something like that. Sharp. I know what you mean. So for me, like my screen time thing, I was trying to bring it down like this year, but all of a sudden it has gone back up again because of this like, podcasting. I usually have to be online to look at things, do research, monitor like the accounts and things like that. So that's probably what has driven on like screen time up a bit. But I think from the mental aspect, sometimes it can feel like there's like a lot of sensory overload. I don't know if you like where you are taking in a lot of information or a lot of things
Yeah.
going on. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And sometimes you just want to do with that. Even though, funny enough, I've never taken a break, like not using any social media platform. I don't think I've done that. I think I want to try and see how I would feel if I do that, like
I
what
cannot
I would
even
feel
try. I will fail woefully.
like. I don't think you
I
can try
mean,
it, so you just want to.
I think I've actually experienced something like that, although it wasn't by choice initially. Like my phone spoiled and I was just there for like a week or so. But it was actually very, very nice. Like it was free and I couldn't really even explain it. I might actually even try it again sometime soon. But like it was freeing. Like I don't know how to explain it, but I just had this type of peace. I didn't have sense tricks. I didn't have to do anything. Nobody could really disturb me out of my own time. And that time I think I had like a group or something that I had to do. So it was like, oh, it is the time we set for the meeting. You can't disturb me outside that. So that week was kind of peaceful for me.
That's nice. I would like to experience that at least. But in a way, you don't really have a choice if you actually need to be online. Like if it pertains to like work or like Kems, making money, it's going to be really difficult to say you're not going to be online. But yeah,
Yeah.
if anything, right, about like posting, I know there's this feeling of FOMO, like fear of missing out, right, that comes with social media. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever felt that before because honestly, like with my Twitter now, I've tried sometimes trying maybe post my work, like my machine learning or AI work, stuff like that. But nowadays, honestly, I just post like my own interest and hobby stuff there. But the FOMO recently is coming out from LinkedIn. I don't know. This is like the first time I'm feeling it because I've not actually been active on LinkedIn lately. And I
But you
know,
used to be a LinkedIn warrior.
but but I know like a lot of people might feel that's FOMO, right? Of not being online and just that feeling of you're missing out on something. I know at the end of the day, you just have to start doing something, either posting your work or sharing stuff. But have you guys ever experienced FOMO, felt FOMO, and how did you deal with that?
I'm not sure I've had to deal with that before because the only platform I've probably taken an actual break from, or the two platforms, probably LinkedIn and Instagram. I don't really care about Instagram, so there's nothing I'm ever scared of missing out there because I don't care
Mm.
about. Then LinkedIn, I think I just usually go back to the platform and be like, okay, time to take it seriously again because I used to be so, I don't know what the word is on LinkedIn, and then I just stopped because I had so much work to do. And then I went back, and then I stopped, and I'm going back again. And I never actually feel I'm missing out on anything. I feel like I just need to now like fix my what will I call it, engagement and impressions again, and like make actual connections. I don't think I've ever felt that before, but I think a platform that will probably feel that with if I ever take a long break is Twitter because there's always something happening on Twitter.
There's always something happening. True, true, true.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of the opposite with Kems because I'm not really a Twitter person, but I don't think I've ever actually felt FOMO like that because for me, anything I'm probably like going to Instagram for minus work or minus personal stuff for my friends, I can probably get them elsewhere also. So there wasn't really that fear of missing out on anything.
So yeah, I know you guys have talked a bit about the way you're using social media for yourself, right? Do you want to share maybe when you started seeing social media as, more than just vibes, right? Because you mentioned how it was initially for just maybe keeping up and keeping in touch with friends. When did you start taking it seriously for like, or when did you start seeing it to be something to push um, your own creative career or like other things that might be more serious that might be more than just connecting with your friends?
I think 2023. I think 2023 because I've always just been posting for vibes for like the longest time. I mean, I joined for vibes in the first place, but I think 2023 because I mean, at that point was post COVID, the whole like internet, social media landscape had already changed, and you could already see what social media could do for people's lives, for the entire world, and how it was shaping things. And then I thought about it, how my page could actually like speak about me, and how what was there at that moment was not really reflecting me or like the type of person I was growing into. So I was like, nah, there's probably something more to this. And then obviously I saw some other creators too doing like amazing things, and I think it just started flowing from there.
I like what you said about it wasn't reflecting who you are growing to become, right? That makes a lot of sense.
Probably started design like 2023.
No, it's not
Yes,
okay.
but it just came to my head that I wanted my social media platform to be about my work, and then I wanted to buy wigs. Yes, I was still in school at the time. And then, this is a serious problem, man. This is a serious problem. I wanted to buy a wig like that, and I knew that I had to have my own money to buy the wig. So that was actually my first motivation to make money. Yeah. Then after I now had to start putting in like extra hours and everything. Then I bought my wig. And then you know how they say that you get money and then you just like you need more money after you get money.
Yeah.
So I just kept on going like that. And it now just became a like a thing. Like it was not now just because of wigs anymore. It was just because generally I wanted to be seen this way. And started reading about women, people doing their fobs on that fobs. I mean, what's that thing? Yeah, all of the stuff. So that's when, and then I started seeing women that were actually making waves by just being like making content and being on social media, and it just started pushing me to like do my own too. So the people you listen
Okay.
to matter.
Yeah, I think it really matters because if I didn't see other creators doing what I wanted to do or what I I hoped to do, I mean I might have not done it. Which is kind of funny looking back now.
Exactly. You could have just been holding back and not like actually doing it because I don't know. I think people usually have the fear of what if it doesn't go well? A couple of
Yeah,
other. So, but if you see somebody doing it, you like kind of you get motivated that you can actually do it as well.
yeah,
Yeah,
this thing is actually possible.
yeah. See, people that people watch, very, very important. Me too. And I want to be somebody that people can watch and also get motivated as well. So,
Exactly. I think on that level, I think we kind of resonate on that level because I feel the same way too. I don't want my page to just be one of those random pages that you don't actually like. It's just
get
there.
anything from it's just there. Yeah, there's nothing to actually learn.
Exactly. There's nothing to actually learn. There's nothing to actually motivate or inspire or at least pick something or even smile. Something, do something.
That's something very important, which is, I feel like social media topic is very, very, like there are too many things to actually talk about when it comes to social
Yeah.
media. And then you probably don't necessarily have to have your social media for your branding, for money and all of those things, but digital footprint is important. Not that your boss will ask for your Twitter account, you don't have to be able to say to them.
Yeah, because you're scared of one thing you said. Yeah, it's actually very important and they don't easily go away. So yeah,
They don't even go away, especially
they don't go away at all. True.
especially on Twitter. They will come back
And
and ask you, this you?
honestly, I think in all honesty, because of some of the memes that I've seen or videos I've seen about that type of thing where your boss shows you your Twitter page from like
Yeah.
2021, like 10 years ago or something. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm not so active on Twitter, why I wasn't then at least, because I was just like, I don't want to be thinking about every single thing I'm typing. But yeah, now it's probably different, but I mean, I've been away for a while.
Plenty people have found my own Twitter from my workspace. Oh God. They actually just come to me. And I feel like if you're in the tech space, it's not so difficult to find my Twitter. So they just come to me at work and just be like, Kems Zen, so you've been hiding yourself from us all this while. And I'm just like, oh God, why do you even find my Twitter? So I don't think I've ever been, because I'm actually always complaining. I think I'm always just complaining on Twitter. If I'm not posting my design, I'm
Yeah.
complaining about something. And I'm complaining about lights. If you're my employer self, you'll be worried about me, you send me money. I'm always complaining about something on that platform. There's somebody always annoys me. Like, and the way people think on the internet, Jesus. Let me
Yeah,
not get into
that
it.
one is undisputed. It's everywhere.
Ha. No, but that Twitter, I feel like they just have loose mouth. Like, Jesus. Some people just open their mouths and they don't think. It just comes out. Like, and then you just be like, why would you think like that? Then you check their replies and other people think that way too.
I guess that's the modern age we live in now.
That's unfortunate though. I feel bad for the next generation.
I feel like they are even like a bit worse than us, but thank God I wasn't
A
born
bit.
then.
Have you seen the things they are doing?
Like the brain rot is crazy, sure.
Ha. And like everything is getting worse by the day because of technology and the platforms they are releasing. Because if you use TikTok a lot, TikTok makes you very, very, your attention span goes from 100 to 0. Like if you use TikTok a little too much, what I have learned is you now can't use YouTube well enough. Or you probably watch movies even on Netflix and you'll be fast forwarding it so much because they are like taking too long for you and you don't like it. And like those are the tiny, tiny things. Yeah. And then people are becoming too lazy too. Like very lazy. I saw one lady where that was complaining on Twitter a few days ago that it's okay for you to use AI for your cover letter. It is not okay for you to use AI for your cover letter and leave the asterisks that AI gives you. Because how the hell are you sending it and you're not reading like what you've sent? That's how lazy you become. I'm telling you, like, and it's not even the first time. There's one time somebody sent me something when I think my company was hiring, and they sent, hey, client's name. You know that thing that GPT will give you where to be like, hey, HR or hey, client's name, and
Oh
to put
my
in like
God, yes.
and they sent it exactly like that to me. And email you cannot edit. So like
You can't. Gone is gone.
it's too late. So the first thing that makes you look like very, very unprofessional. So people are
You're
becoming
never
too
getting that job.
lazy. Yeah, too lazy. And social media is part of the problem. And technology generally, there's just something like it's supposed to help you, not take over. That's why I feel like if I start talking about AI, I will not finish. So I'm just going to keep it so that Sam can go and carry this mic from my hand.
No, talk, well, yeah.
I have too many. Like I said, I'm always complaining about something because people are always doing things that piss me off. Yeah. And generally, even with AI, like there's this person that said something about how can he keep like be on track with everything that is going on, like all the updates. Yeah. And that just reminded me of TikTok trends. If you wake up today, there's a new trend. Tomorrow, that trend has not finished. There's a new trend. Like there are so many trends. It feels like if you're not constantly on the platform, you are going to like when that's I guess this is where the fear of missing out thing comes in. Like when you come back, you will be so lost because there's so many things that have probably occurred, and it's so crazy because me, I'm always on my phone. I think I'm always on top of these things. I always know. So if anybody misses out anything, they always come to come ask me like on Twitter, for example, they'll be like, "Oh, what happened today?" And I'll start narrating how something happened today,
Yeah,
and
I
all
have,
of
I
those
have a
things.
friend like that. So
Yeah, because I will most likely have seen it on the timeline and I'll probably read through it. And it's so crazy how people have the patience to read through threads like that, like threads that come to tell you how something happened or how something was messed up. But they will never read an educational thread. Yes, but at the same, which is why that thing that Enoch and I said about how the way you think is a you thing. It's not an internet thing. It is a you thing. Because apropos doctor now, for example, he releases videos, threads, and all of these things about like, very, very important things that you should take note of and all of that. If people are not dragging him today for doing advertisements that he's not actually educating them, forgetting all the other videos he has made, actually educating them. If he does one and is trying to advertise a product now, they will drag him to the mud and say that he's not actually educating them or that he's just doing an ad. But all the times he has made educative videos, you people have not like interacted with it as much.
They'll probably just like swipe.
Exactly. They would not even like engage or anything. They'll probably not even watch it to the end. That's how terrible the internet addiction is. Like, they don't watch it to the end. Everybody is used to bass boost. Everybody's used to banga this. That's why all these very, very stupid and ignorant things on the internet start going viral.
Okay, just one thing I think how we this to Kems, because I really want to know from your own experience, how do you deal with, because one thing that happens a lot with social media, I think a lot of us deal with, maybe it's part of why some people have FOMO or some people feel somehow about social media or something, Sha. It's like this issue of comparison, right? Comparing yourself with other people and like it looks like somebody's doing well, right? Or maybe they're start pushing their own work, looks like they are doing well. And we try to fall into this trap of comparing ourselves with them. Sometimes it does happen to me, but I know how to most times I either just close the app, to be honest, or I just rethink of where my own plans or whatever for myself are going. And I'm different from what that person is, but in a way, you still can fall into that trap of comparing yourself. So I don't know, has that ever happened to you? And how do you think, how have you like been able to handle that comparison thing?
I think it has happened to me a couple of times, but I always say that people need to like block out the noise, because everybody comes on like the ratio of people that will come to social media to tell us that their boss yelled at them for being incompetent today is like 5% compared to people that will come to tell us that their boss commended them and said that they are doing amazing.
Yeah.
People are most likely not going to come online to share that they are struggling or that things are hard. You know, people do it. I'm just saying, like, compared to people that do not do it, there are a lot. So I'm going to just say that if you feel the need to compare yourself, just remember that your own race and your own story is different. We have 1,000,001 action movies right now. They probably have almost the same storylines, but they have different actors. So they have different feelings. They have different everything. Like the way it ends up going is quite different from what you're typically used to, simply because they are different people. So people need to understand that the way somebody has said it, like the way somebody is running their own race is very, very different from the way you are running your own race. That person, there are so many things that basically affect or impact how you grow as a person in your career, personally, and all of those things. Your background, the people around you. It's like somebody sitting down now and comparing themselves to like maybe the richest man in the world, maybe their child. You are joking with yourself because you are just stressing your life to do that. You are going to cry for no reason. So like there is no, I mean, obviously it would happen. Especially this thing that people do sometimes where they attach their age to their achievements, and then you can just sit down there and be like, "Oh my god, I'm pushing 30," and somebody that is just 21 or somebody that is just 19 is already doing this thing. But like they are, you don't know how much more things are in front of you. It doesn't really matter. The fact that Dangote is rich doesn't stop Otedola from being rich. The fact that this person is going higher in this part doesn't stop you from moving higher in that part. Instead of seeing it as, oh, like seeing the comparison and then going with, oh, I'm not doing so great, and beating yourself up to it, just check some things that they are doing that you can do. Or if they are in like a similar sector, let's say another designer, for example, is doing something. So I'll probably go through their page, see what they are doing, look at how they are going with stuff, because that's actually the best way to learn. Anybody that seems like they are doing better than you probably knows something you do not know. And that is why you should like try to check through what they are doing, learn one or two. You can even, you see, the best thing about the internet is that you can mute and you can block. So after you've gone through their page and you've learned one or two things, let's say, once again, bringing it back to design, there's a way they do their presentation that is very, very nice. Say you can save like 5 of their mood boards, like 5 of their designs rather, and have them as mood boards. And you are checking them every time you're trying to learn with it. This person is better than you in like at designing, but you are learning how they are doing this and they are doing that. Now you can now mute them so that you will not see them again on your feed. If you mute them, you forget about them. You will not remember. You can now go like months later, if you eventually remember them, and like go through that and see what you're doing. Another thing I started doing for myself is I started writing, like documenting things that have gone well for me. Like things that have gone very well. So I'll literally put them like, today I was able to achieve this. Today I could afford a laptop. Today I could do this. So if anybody comes later and they have, maybe they did something, or maybe they bought a house or something like that, go and read your achievements page and go and see the number of things that you've done.
That's That's really good because I actually saw that recently. I saw that like earlier this year,
Yeah.
and I was like, this is really good. This is what I've
It's
been missing.
it is
So
very,
sometimes I
very
realize that
important.
I over criticize myself.
Mm-hmm. And you completely forget like there are so many good things that
Yeah,
you've actually done, and you just keep on like making yourself feel terrible. Like one time I was talking about how I think it was on Twitter I put it. So I wasn't the CGP I wanted for myself wasn't what I had when we were already in like 300 level. And it was very, very annoying. Like, and I could see other people like doing so well. So what did I do? Okay, this person reads for this long, or this person goes to this person, or this person speaks to lecturers this way. Okay, I'll start doing my own too. Because if I do my own, now maybe they also have me at the back of their minds and all of these things. And that was like the way I ended up having like, I had like, okay, I don't want to kiloman quickly that thing that they say while you're horn. But I had like 5.0 like back to back. And that was normally I would probably not rate it. Yeah. But that's something I have read like other people have done. And I'll be like, oh my God, somebody's getting 5.0. Can I ever get 5.0? So I started putting it down. I put at that time, like road to graduation, I put my CGPA and my GPA side by side for every semester until we finished and the final one. Because I wanted, when they will be calling people and they'll be doing this and they'll be doing that. I mean, I'm probably feeling bad somewhere. I'm saying, oh, maybe we did the same 4 years. Why did I not graduate as the best graduating student? Go back and check your CGPA records and see how much you have done. And I see how much you have actually also grown as a person. Somebody is anyone, somebody has gotten $3,000 on Upwork. You started how many months ago? You've already gotten $500. Do you think it's beans? There are other people that cannot do it. So instead of like comparing yourself, which is normal, I think it most likely would happen to everybody. Like I said, if it's on the internet, you can mute. You can mute people. You can block.
You can actually mute.
If it's paining you so much like that, like you can actually, so that you'll not be otaje, just close it and just don't see it. Or, like I said, get the things that they are doing right, save it somewhere, and mute them. You will not see it again. But you've already stolen their designs. You've stolen something that they do well enough, and you are learning from it. So write your achievements down, mute people, and sleep. Honestly, sleep is very important.
Moral of the lesson: mute people.
Yeah, so mute people. The number of people that are muted on my this now. Apart from the fact that not even this comparison to people that used to talk anyhow. I have them. There are plenty on my Twitter.
Okay, I think I get that one.
So it's very important.
Yeah.
Block the noise. What am I? I just remember somebody I muted. Let me go and check her.
There's still a lot more things to talk about with social media. So if you were, and we can't obviously talk about everything, but if you were to like point out something you would have told yourself 2 years ago, or someone that you know that like does something else with the social media thing, what is one thing you can like tell them to hold on to?
Digital footprint. Honestly, that's. I think that's something I'll tell anybody, regardless. Like, and it should be for everybody, regardless of their field. Like, if you're in design, you are content creation, you are whatnot. Digital footprint is so important. Like, if you, and I'm always thinking about things like, if you mess up, you are not just embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself, your friends, your family members, your partner, your siblings, everybody. They're embarrassing. That's a lot of people to put in one place. So digital footprint is like one of the most important things. Don't do something that in a few years you look back on and you be irritated with yourself. Exactly. Don't do it. And if it's something that you are not sure of, like you are telling yourself, it's probably not that bad, it's bad, don't do it. The fact that you can doubt whether it's good or not is a problem, it's bad. Don't do it. Don't even bother yourself, because there are just too many things that can happen. So that's something I would say. And everybody should just try to be very, very open to learning. If you've posted like maybe a strong opinion on the internet and you believe that your opinion was right, if somebody else with a smart opinion, of course, if somebody else comes to tell you something they feel like in another way, be open-minded. Like, be ready to listen to what they are saying. Because everybody that is smart, emphasis on smart that I've been mentioning, because there are a lot of ignorant people on the internet. But anybody that has something sensible to say,
Yeah.
there will be some things you can definitely pick up from there. Like, you can pick up, you don't have to pick up everything, honestly. You can pick up 20% of it and refine your own knowledge, and you'd be like much better from that. So, yeah, I think there's a footprint and picking out things.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe wherever you're listening and help more people join the conversation by sharing it with a friend. I'd also love to hear your thoughts on the topic of this episode, so share them with us on socials. Thank you for listening, and I hope you join us next time.